It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience.
I think it should be good. It said updated. I gotta go see. You know what I mean? Man, I don't know. You like doodle, man? Yeah, bro, I don't know what you're doing, man. You seen the invite? It said, hold on. It said the broadcast has been stopped. Yeah.
What happened?
I checked it before too.
If you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with, I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you. Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. I get it. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. You tell your mama and tell your daddy.
Where's your new go?
No, I'm not okay. If you always read to me.
Whole damn world, this is Madden territory. Come and get some. If you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be scared. When I'm in a mud league, 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? My team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is. Now get it.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
No, we cannot take no photos. This is why I don't fall. You tweaking. If you think she ain't cheating, that mess you looking for, your bitch all cheated. You dummy. This shit ain't funny. Your bitch, she fucking another nigga while you giving her money.
Pontiac? You said Pontiac? That is Pontiac made DDG. That is a word. Pontiac made DDG. That's probably where she got it from. Bro, look it up. Pontiac made DDG here on YouTube. He used to date Kennedy Simone.
I'm ready to give a love. I'm sharing on him. Got the drop and we get up on him. Yeah. Do the dash from 50 on him. Yeah. Get big high. I need all the marijuana. Yeah. She look fly. I think that a nigga want her. She rockin' palm.
Oh, you scared, huh? Oh, you pussy. Oh, you scared, huh? Oh, you pussy. AD White is like the rain beat. Gotta watch that side block, get up that main street. You can't beat while we in Twitter, nigga, you can't eat. They killed your man, now you be claiming that you can't sleep. The trigger said the fast like Floyd, the fuck like AP. He used tuning down the straight that pussy. Yeah, that got gon' bang, but it ain't peace. He got shot and made a statement, man, he can't street. You ain't never shot shit, put that gun down. You ain't wake up out your sleep until no gun down. The OG entertain no gossip, get your son down. Too many pills, give me chills. Yeah, just cause you find me ain't no deal. She use a punch and fight to come to aid, Jimmy Wayne. So to bring the plastic up to Tony, that's shit. Ain't call about no county, shit get caught, she going fed. Oh, you scared, huh? Oh, you pussy. Oh, you scared, huh? Oh, you pussy. He end up dead, huh? Pussy or break him out my Hall of Fame. We make bread, yeah. Off the pussy. Get a drop out of the brain. Pull up on that block in the same week. Boy, you quick and you fucking on the same beat. They tell me go from broke to rich, that's why they angry. I be running this rap shit in the same clique. I knock the nigga down like I'm the same size as Davey. You kicking off because we hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit if I miss, then my TV's got the blitz. Hey, move the chains, I'm about to make you play. Fuck it, there's a trick, I made it out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I put some ice on top just to cool off. I got my roller on the top and I'm a ball. Take that video, I'm tripping, make it drip. I'm switching sign and she so switch. She like her, I ride the switch. I got diamonds, Eliantes. Baby, they like I'm a Robin. Shake it, baby, that's real nigga. Ride it rich, I get bigger. Bear out the spur, the slimmer. Don't pay like a caterpillar. I got tennis like the wheel. 20,000 in your ring, or in the face. How about this percentage? He lay down like a lazy day. I got cracked like a 80 day. The pound like JJ. Say she gonna fuck another bitch, I made it heavy. Felt like Michael Jackson.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Damn, nigga, you way behind. You way behind.
I don't even think that's why.
Nigga, I'm in season 2 already.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to Mixon on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
They like finish with.
Hands up. Check. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Hands up. There you go. 368.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third down from the gun. Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run with Mixon. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
11.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Here we go. 180.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And it's caught by Saleh. A 3rd down gain of 19.
21.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, gun. 21. Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? Got you. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They run with Breida, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Good job declining that penalty.
Hey, what's going on here? Get on, man.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
He had a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
But you on the other hand, do not.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7.
The governor of Chicago and
after the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Yeah,
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Hopefully some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Throwing, Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Raise up, please. 54 Mike. Get that quarterback, D-Line. Raise it. D-Line, get that quarterback. Raise up.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. That is caught at the 7. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Bullett's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal?
It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 79 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dee Ford. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Just watch it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
13. Hey, Steve stick.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. They find some open field here. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He was a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one.
So we've come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Breida. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
11.
Garoppolo now. Going for it all. And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Put your hands up and move away from the bar.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm coming! 368! 54! Mike! Heavy. Check, hands up!
They go play action here on first down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams.
Bro, this is that bullshit.
Some credit there to A.J. Green, because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
On second down now. Bernard, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Joe Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Hatchet. 93, 52, 93, 44.
From the gun, Dalton. Flushed out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yo.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you got to be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And my goodness, this is incomplete. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the 2nd half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Carlos Dunlap just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Meanwhile, they take it.
The one bloody thing you wanted this entire time. Did I punch you in the head too hard?
Maze was right, Lucy. We used her. And Malcolm. People have died because of us.
Because of you, you mean?
Shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Dalton into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
On 1st down, here's Breida. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. From the 44, Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brooks Reed was able to find his way to the QB.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brooks Reed picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's taken in at the 9. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now left side on the swing pass. And bulldozing his way through. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there. Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Passing, it's Dalton. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. Given 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his man here. It's Green. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Andy Dalton now, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And it's a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. From the 39, Garoppolo. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Bravo.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 2 choke plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
65.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
This nigga, he cooked the other nigga. I don't know who the fuck he played. He cooked that nigga a lot. That's why I thought it was going to be a good
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
Yeah, he came back in here.
You gave me the word,
like,
I just kept using it.
Again, it's Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Oh, that was hard.
Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. Dalton with a give here to Mixon.
Might mess up.
Finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for the Bengals. Give him 53 yards on the ground. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's Jonah Williams, the 11th overall pick back in April. He was actually the first lineman taken. He's a guilty party. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like,
under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. D. Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Dalton now to pass. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, he's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
Well, there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. This is Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Again, it's Mixon. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's do or die for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
Oh, they will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Niners, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, we got 200?
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from my fame. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats to my food. Team packing away the new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room.
limousine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be out so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay, I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal, when I put my foot on, I got to put on, I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton, receipts in my pocket, don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change, okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no.